You didn't say anything.
Say, my job is to provide comfortable. That is wrong.
Whoa, so you get through others' surgery? Those
And go.
Scales.
those skills. Those skills seem important.
Sold.
Do I say my line? That's
I transferred to the University of Florida to get my medical school degree. That doesn't even make sense.
you.
You can't like.
I'm just Did anybody expire you? That feels a lot stressful.
That seems pretty stressful. It's 4 words.
That seems
Pretty.
stressful.
Okay, that's fine.
That feels stressful.
That feels. One thing the anesthesiologist taught me.
No.
Did you think it? Good.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
I'm making dinner.
Ooh, what are you making?
I have spaghetti.
Ooh, Mom, I have a project to do.
Oh, really? What is it about?
I have to share what I want to be when I grow up.
That's wonderful. Do you remember what I do for a living?
Oh, it's a really long word. Anesthesia?
Close. I'm an anesthesiologist.
Oh, what is an anesthesiologist?
Well, my job is to provide comfort and stability for the patient, as well as make sure that they are pain-free.
Wow, so you help others get through surgery?
Exactly. You know how I always say my purpose in life is to help others overcome their obstacles?
How do you figure out your purpose?
Well, when my dad, your grandfather, passed away when I was in high school, I didn't want that to negatively affect my future. I wanted to be an inspiration to others and remind them that their past does not define their future. So I brushed myself off and worked harder than ever towards a brighter future.
Wow, you're so brave, Mom. That must have been so hard for you.
It definitely wasn't easy. I learned to value relationships and motivate others, and once I found out I was good at that, I was able to understand my purpose. I also learned about my strengths in a strength quest assessment I took my freshman year of college in one of my classes.
Well, what did you find out?
Well, one of them is consistency. As an anesthesiologist, I can't just treat one patient better than the other. They all deserve to be treated equally.
That is a great strength. Do you have any others?
Well, another one is harmony. That means you try to get along with everybody. In surgery, it may be very difficult with the quick-paced procedures that go on, but because I'm great at getting along with everyone, I can keep the peace.
I want to know my purpose and my strength is going to be.
Don't worry, you have a lifetime ahead of you to figure that out. Now, ask me some of the questions you need to know for your project.
What skills do you need for your job?
Well, I need to be a leader, and I also need to be able to think scientifically. There may be times where I have to take charge of the situation during surgery, but I also need to be aware of how each medicine helps the patient.
Those skills seems important. Does your job get even harder?
Well, yes, it does sometimes, but because I'm working in a group environment and I get to help the patients overcome their obstacles, it's very rewarding.
Is there a lot of school for your job?
Well, yes. I just finished my residency about a year ago, and I started when I was 18 years old.
That was 10 years. What schools did you go to?
Well, I got my associate's degree in liberal arts from Valencia, where my tuition was fully covered. Then I transferred to UCF, where I obtained my bachelor's and master's degree in biology. Then I went to UF, where I went to medical school. It definitely was a lot of hard work trying to pass the US MLE exam.
That's a long time, Mom. What is the U.S.?
It's the US Medical Licensing Examination.
That sounds important.
It is. Since anesthesiologists are medical doctors, we have to pass that big test. We also have to pass the American Board of Anesthesiologists certification right after our residency.
What the heck is residency?
It's where I get to practice all the things I learned in school in the hospital with a very experienced anesthesiologist. That way, when I go into my profession, I will have experience in the field.
Well, my teachers say all the time, practice makes perfect.
That's right.
You majored in biology. Why that?
Well, because I majored in biology, I was able to understand why medicines work in different patients. I also learned about how different medicines work in different patients.
Well, in class, we're learning a little bit of biology.
That's awesome! I use biology every day at work.
My teacher talked about Londa. Do you have any?
Well, unfortunately, because I was unable to get as many scholarships as I did at UCF, where my Florida prepaid covered it, I'm about $100,000 in debt. The good news is that I talked to a financial advisor, and if I pay just a small bit each month, I'll be done in about 3 years.
How did you know what you wanted to be?
Well, I talked to my Valencia advisor as well as my career advisor, and they helped me compile a list of all the careers that would best fit me.
Anesthesia was on your list?
Actually, yes, I got to interview an actual anesthesiologist when I was in high school.
Did you learn a lot from her?
One thing I learned from the anesthesiologist is that you must be very quick on your feet, especially during in-between surgeries. There's not much turnaround time.
That seems difficult.
Yes, but knowing that then, I was able to prepare myself by putting myself in quick-paced situations.
Did you learn anything else?
She also taught me that being an anesthesiologist can be very rewarding, especially when the patient wakes up pain-free and uncertain that they even finished surgery.
That's great. How did you get a job after college?
Well, after the hospital where I completed my residency, a doctor really liked my work ethic and he helped me get a job there.
Was it worth it?
Of course, I get to help people all day long and it helps Mommy pay the bills.
That's probably why we have a nice house.
Of course, Mom is expensive. She had to choose a job that would keep up with her expensive lifestyle.
And me too.
Now, I have to get to work. Why don't you ask your dad what he does for a living?
Okay, bye.
Bye, I love you.
Love you.